Hi, my name is Susan Miles Westbrook, and I'm Peter's wife. We were together for 37 years. Yes, we worked in the same building. And I asked a friend, I said, I'm tired of going to lunch with these folks. And she said, there's somebody that I know that works downstairs. And I said, somebody I know works across the street. And we all got together and went to lunch. After that, I started seeing him in the building. And we would say hi. And he dressed very, very corporate. And so then I had a party. My sister had a party, in the summer party, 1987. That was in June '87, but in the end of summer. And my requirement rather, was to invite 20 guys to the party before I invited any of our girlfriends. And we had to have a separate list. So I said, I'm gonna invite that guy. And my friend Cheryl, God rest her soul, said, he doesn't look like he goes to parties. So he actually called me, I invited him, he called me that day, can I bring some other people? So he brought Jerry Rodriguez, Don Anthony, Bob Cottingham, and another person to the party. And that was how we met. And then he called me, and we went out to brunch the next day, and we've been together ever since. I didn't at first, but we had both overcome obstacles, and we both became the person to help us move through the obstacles, to willing to try, to get to that point, to release the pain that we had in our either his early childhood or when my mother became very ill as a teenager. So we were able to see that for each other. I offered him also a sense of community because he didn't understand that you go to barbecues with your parents, you go to barbecue with your father, and he was dismayed by his Catholic upbringing. And so I said, well, let me take you to different churches. Let me take you to different types of faith. And we went everywhere. We went to Coptic Ethiopian. We went to Baptist churches. We went to other Catholic churches. And then we decided that we were going to go to the Abyssinian Baptist Church, where we both joined. I'd been going there singing, and we both joined. And we became an integral part of our lives. And we both became ordained deacons and served in that capacity as well. Well, I was an athlete, and I always understood athleticism and the importance of doing that. It was a good part of who he was, and I loved it. I didn't have any brothers, so I grew up, I ran track, I played baseball, played basketball, I danced. So athleticism was important to me as well. In fact, I brought him around me, watching me coach Little League in Harlem Little League, before the foundation started, because I started coaching in 1989. And then, and Aki was on my team, by the way. And he also saw my son go through dance programs, Harlem School of the Arts, and he saw the collective of how young people were able to grow through being in group activities and enhancement of their life, and not just their academics. So he liked that, and I liked that too. He was always a jokester. When he was walking as a deacon, the elder deacons were it was like hazing. They would tell you have to do certain things. Not like the Divine Nine hazing, but it was a little bit of hazing. And an elder deacon told him, two elder deacons said, you know what? You have to go over to that lady and tell her that she can't wear that dress in church. It's too short and she can't. She said, I really have to do that? Yes, remember, you have to do what I tell you to do. So he thought, how am I going to do this? I wasn't anywhere around. So he found another woman who was walking deacon, and he asked her, can you come with me? And they started walking over to the woman to tell her that and then all of a sudden said, no, we're just joking. You don't have to do that. He let them have it. Ever after that, he became the rebel rouser. The same trash talking that he talked with his buddies in fencing is the same trash talking he talked to the deacons, but he never cussed. Never, ever cussed. That he didn't think so much of himself that he couldn't give back because he understood what fencing did for his life. He understood how getting into his high school to fence with all people who are not like him, and they gravitated to him, was special. By him getting a full scholarship into NYU was special. Traveling the world, and he wouldn't have seen outside of Newark probably. That was so special to him. And the other thing is that he loved deeply. Because of this last year, in recent times, memories come back to my video, to my camera, in terms of what he was doing at the end. He loved music. He loved gospel music. He would listen for hours. And so he actually made peace with his transition ahead of time. And he kept saying, Suze, that's what he called me. Suze, what's next? What's next is what you've been praying for, your belief that you're going to be with God. And he listened to the gospel music. In fact, I have pictures of him trying to sing the last song until his last day. It was beautiful. It's painful, but it's also beautiful. I'm going to continue to try to turn my mourning into dancing.
Thank you so much.